Is it live? Is it? Okay, it says it's live. I don't know. But here I am. I just feel like well, I need to come on here and just show my face that there is a person behind the camera and voice. And so this probably isn't going to work so great because my internet is horrible. And yes, I know that. But I just wanted to come on and say, if it'll let me, if I don't get booted off, it says I have bars, but then StreamYard says I only have one bar. So that's where there's a discrepancy in that. I don't know. It's like it needs more. Anyway, I'm here. Just want to say that talk about Biden. As we predicted, right, that the other side would have some nasty things to say, but I actually didn't expect it to be as bad as it is. Them saying that he knew that he had cancer and that he's hid it and he had some sort of evil plan. It's like, first of all, nobody wants cancer. Nobody wants cancer. Second of all, um, Biden, President Biden, former President Biden, he's a pretty honest guy. And he would have told us. In fact, he did tell us last year when he had skin cancer, and then Jill, his wife, the first lady, had skin cancer, had surgery for removal. He would have told us. And now he's telling us this. And I think I shared the story of my mother. You can absolutely find out that you have cancer, stage 4, which is the worst. You can absolutely find out in a moment's notice, not have had any big symptoms. And in fact, a lot of the symptoms can align with other things like heart. This is like the right, so whatever. Heart issues, things with your stomach, fatigue, your energy levels. And it wasn't easy being president. He had a rough time. It was probably one of the hardest presidencies that I can think of that anyone would have had to take the country out of a horrible, deadly pandemic and social, like division, cult, an entire cult, a war. And Biden did that. And he really has been a beautiful shining light. Now, you ask, here's the other thing. Why would someone as kind and as devoted, someone who's devoted their entire life to service for us, for his country, and has had horrible tragedies, personal tragedies in his life, why would someone like that get cancer? Why would God or the divine give someone like Biden cancer? And you have to say, like, there's children who get cancer and pets, like, really good souls, living people, animals, earth, and the earth itself, who have sickness and death. And why would they have it? Why would anyone suffer any tragedy? Why would anyone do this? And it's not a judgment from God. It's about them choosing before they come here to experience this. They chose it, right? They chose to have this experience and a lesson. And a lot of time, and life is full of lessons. Here on earth, we experience many lessons. That's really what life is about. And Biden has chosen that he would experience this. And maybe the lesson is to show what it looks like when someone like him, who has cared and done a lot for cancer treatment for other people and Medicaid, the care, etc. And healthcare was part of, the healthcare plan, the Obamacare, what have you, so that people who had cancer would be able to get care so they could live and survive. But what it looks like when someone, and to bring us all together to care for him and to wish him the best. And then what it looks like when someone like 45 cares nothing for the rest of, who would take away money for Medicare, who would take away money for research, who would take away national health care, Obamacare. There's a complete difference, right? Biden is showing us what it looks like when somebody cares for people, we care in return, and then the complete. I feel like he'll survive, he'll heal, he'll get through this, but that's really up to us. So the whole thing about him getting cancer, my mother in 2019, she had had heart issues, and we were going through heart medicine things. I'd taken her to some doctor appointments, and um, doctor, nothing of cancer, nothing. It was all about, oh, let's put you on a new medicine for your heart. And then the week after July 4th, she called me and said, I need to go to the ER. I'm very congested. I'm worried. I'm not getting better. So I said, okay, I'll go down and pick you up. So I picked her up. We went to the ER. We were there for hours. And then a shock diagnosis with x-rays that she had ovarian cancer in her lungs, and she was stage 4. She was stage 4, which is the worst, especially for her type of cancer. It was the worst possible that you could hear, and she died. So you can absolutely find out that you have terminal cancer and have not had any clue. So these MAGA people, saying, "Oh, Biden did this on purpose," and he didn't know. He would have told us. He's pretty transparent about these things, unlike some other people. But anyway, the lesson is, it's not about he's bad, he got this because of God smited him. No, it's because he chose this as one of his life lessons. And I truly believe the life lesson extends to us, and that's what it looks like when you care about other people, what that looks like. What it looks like when someone doesn't care about other people. And I'm sorry, but this is what I've always gotten spiritually, what I get intuitively, and also just my own opinion, obviously, that 45 sees America as a product, and he owns that product, and he sees us as fraud and waste, and anyone with cancer would be taking the money from his product. So when 45 things like, we're getting rid of fraud and waste, and so we're going to take away cancer treatment, care and research and Medicaid and Medicare and veterans and all these things and healthcare, because he sees us as leeches on his product. He sees America as his product. So I'll end it here. I do feel that Biden will be okay. I do feel he's going to survive, but that's really up to him. And the lesson is that keep your heart open and send him love and send him healing, because that is the lesson. That's the lesson Biden has always taught us. And honestly, Kamala would have come in and she would have been a really high frequency teacher, ultimate care for other people, your parents living with you, elderly living with you, care for students, free college, education, healthcare, veterans care, care for people who need wheelchairs and walkers and canes and all and research. We probably found the cure for cancer with Kamala. And so there's a huge difference. And that is the lesson, what it looks like when you care about people versus what it looks like when you don't. And which one are we finally on energetic and an evolutionary level side that we want? Do we want to keep suffering and bringing darkness on the earth and like a hell version, a hellscape of earth? Or do we want to extend beyond that and embrace what really is in heaven, your frequency, which is what love looks like, what love looks like? So that's what Biden is teaching us. And it's, I'll be quiet. My cat wants out. I will stop, and thank you, and bye. Have a great day. Okay.